Good morning to all. Welcome to today's English class. So last class we have learned a poem. So today we are going to learn a story. So before going into the story, I want to ask some questions to you. So have you ever seen river? Yes, of course you will see river. Maybe you are nearby your house. How river? So have you ever seen the river by alone? Every time you are small child, so every time you are going with your family members, isn't it? So before going to the river, are you went to the river by alone? Never. So here we have a beautiful story. How far is the river? And the story is about a young boy who visited a river all by himself. He was alone, visited a river. So moving into the story, let us check how he seen the river all by alone. And the first page of the lesson, you have a work for you. You have to watch the way to the river. Help the boy to reach the river. Okay. So moving into the story, how far is the river? A young boy sets his heart on going to the river on the other side of the mountain. Does he get there? So, the story is beginning by a young boy. He is ready to visit a river by himself and alone. So, let us check how he can visit the river by himself and by alone. Section 1. Between the boy and the river stood a mountain. The boy was young, the river was small, and the mountain was big. So here, the young boy, you can see the picture, a young boy is standing there. He is decided to see the river and is far from his home. And in between the boy and the river, there was a mountain. There was a big mountain. And the young boy is very small, the mountain is very big. Then, the thickly forest mountain hid the river, but the boy knew it was there where it was and what it looked like. He had never seen the river with his own eyes, but from the villagers he had heard of it, of the fish in its waters, of its rocks and the currents and waterfalls, and it only remained for him to touch the water and know it personally. So, before going into the river, to watch the river, why the young boy has a wish to watch the river? Because the his villagers every time telling about the river, and he heard of it, the river. And the river is hid from the villagers and the village because there is a big mountain. So after the mountain there is the river. So from the village he couldn't see the river. The mountain is there. And what the villagers said about the river? He had heard of it, what? Of the fish in its waters. There are many fish in the water. Of its rocks and currents and waterfalls. There are many beautiful rocks and waterfalls in the river. And it only remained for him to touch the water and know it personally. So, up to that time, he only heard about the river. So, he wanted to touch the river by himself. So, he wanted to touch the river himself. And now, up to that, he had only listened about or he had heard about the river. But he wanted to touch the river. That's why he decided to visit the river. Next paragraph. He stood in front of his house on the hill opposite the mountain and gazed across the valley, dreaming of the river. He was about 12 years old, a sturdy boy with untidy black hair and shining black eyes. He had fine features and clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched. He was barefooted not because he couldn't afford shoes, but because he felt free in his bare feet. He liked the feel of warm stones and cool grass, and not wearing shoes saved him the trouble of taking them off. So, in the next paragraph is describing the young boy, how the young boy looked like. He stood in front of his house on the hill opposite the mountain and gazed across the valley, dreaming of the river. So the boy is all set to go to see the river, and now he is standing in front of his house. Then he was about 12 years old. The young boy is only 12 about years old, and a sturdy boy with untidy black hair and shining black eyes. His dress is very untidy, and he has a black hair, then shining black eyes. Then he had fine features and clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched. He has a beautiful brown skin, but his fingers and feet were scratched. He was barefooted. Barefoot means what? Without shoes. Then barefooted, not because he couldn't afford shoes, but because he felt free in his bare feet. So he is barefoot. It's not because he can't buy a shoe, but he is very free to be barefoot. Then he liked the feel of warm stones and cool grass, and not wearing shoes saved him the trouble of taking them off. So when he is barefoot, it's become very easy for him. No need to remove the shoes very hardly, and he liked the cool grass and the touch of the soil. So he is not like to wear the shoes anymore. He is always barefoot. Then next paragraph. It was 11 o'clock and he knew his parents wouldn't be home till evening. So why the boy decided to visit the river? It's because his parents were not at the home. He is alone at home. Then there was a loaf of bread he could take with him, and on the way he might find some fruit. So in between the way to the river, he may become hungry, so he could take some loaf of bread. He take one loaf of bread with him, and he thought that in between the river and the home he can find some fruit also. Then here was the opportunity he had waited for. So the boy had a long wish that to visit the river, but his parents were not allowed. So this is the best chance for him to visit the river because his parents were not at home. Then it would not come again for a long time because it was not very often his mother and father visited relatives for the entire day and left him on his own. They had gone out on something important. That was why he had been left with a very sketchy meal, a loaf of bread, some milk and 2 eggs. So why his parents went to visit the relatives? They went to visit the relatives because there was an important matter with that. That's why the boy is alone at home, and he had a little much food, a loaf of bread, 2 eggs and only some milk. So the boy is alone at home. That's why he decided to visit the river. Then he went into the house and wrapped the loaf in a newspaper. Then he closed all the doors and windows. So he is all set ready to go to the river. He take the loaf of bread and covered it with the paper, and he closed all the windows and doors, and he is set to see the river. The path to the river dropped steeply into the valley, then rose and went around a big mountain. It was frequently used by the villagers, the woodcutters, milkmen, mule drivers, but there were no villages beyond the mountain or near the river. So the path to the river is very steeply. And why? Because there are some villagers were walking through the way. Who are they? They were passed by the woodcutters, then milkmen, then mule drivers. But there are no villages beyond the mountain. So up to the mountain there are villagers. They are working there, they are passing there, they are walking there. But after the mountain and near the river, there is no one. There is no one. Then the boy passed a woodcutter and asked him how far it was to the river. The woodcutter was a short but powerful man with a creased and weather-faded face and muscles, and that stood out in hard, ugly limbs. So, when the boy started to walk through the way, he had met a woodcutter. And the woodcutter is how the woodcutter looked like. He was a short but powerful man with a creased and weathered face and muscles that stood out in hard, ugly limbs. So the woodcutter is not looking good, but he is very strong, and he had some wrinkle on his hand, his face, because he is an hard-working woodcutter. So when the woodcutter passed that way, the boy asked the woodcutter, how far is the river? So that section 1, what we have seen, one young boy, he decided to visit or watch the river that is after the mountain, long away from his home. And because his parents were not at home, he decided to visit the river that day itself, and what he do, he take a loaf of bread and covered with a paper, and he closed all the windows and doors, and he all set to visit the river. And in between the way, he has seen a woodcutter, and he asked the woodcutter, how far is the river? That is all section 1. Moving on to the section 2. 7 miles, he said, which was fairly accurate. Why do you want to know? I am going to the river, said the boy, alone. Of course. So, when the boy asked the woodcutter how far is the river, what the woodcutter said, 7 miles. He said 7 miles, and he asked the boy, why do you want to know? Why do you want to know the distance from here? So what the boy said, I am going to the river. The young boy said, he is going to visit the river. Alone. The woodcutter was surprised. Alone he is going this much distance. Then, of course, he said, of course. And what the woodcutter said, but it is too far. It will take you 3 hours to reach there. And then you have to come back. It will be getting dark. Besides, it is not an easy road. So, when the woodcutter understands that the young boy is going to visit the river and it is far from there, 7 miles to go, he said to the young boy, it's take how much hours? 3 hours to reach there. And the boy want to reach the home back, isn't it? So, it take there is about 6 hours, and that time it become darker. The day become darker. Then it is the road is also not easy to walk. So it is difficult to go to the river. If the young boy will go back to the home, we'll see what he said. But I am a good walker. What the young boy said? He is a good walker, said the boy, though he had never walked further than the mile from his house to the school. The boy said he is a good walker, but the only walking he has done in his life, his walk from the home to the school, that is only 1 mile. So that young boy is going to walk 7 miles to watch the river. Then he carried on down the path, and the woodcutter looked after him with some misgivings and decided to keep an eye out for the boy on his way back from the market. So, when the young boy passed the woodcutter spelled some mistake how he can walk this long way. And what he decided, the woodcutter thought that when he returned from the market, he want to check whether the boy reached the home or not. Then the path was steep and the boy had to run most of the time. It was a dizzy, winding path, and he slept one saw toys and slid into a bush or off the path and down the hill. So, the woodcutter already told that the way is not good for walk. And when the boy started to walk, how was the way? The path is very steep, and all the way, some of the way, he wants to run. He wants to run. Then what happened? It was a dizzy, winding path, and he slipped once or twice. During the way, he slipped and went off to a bush. And he slipped away. Then what happened? The hill was covered with lush green ferns. The trees were wound in creepers, and a great white dahlia would suddenly rear its golden head from the leaves and ferns. So, now the young boy is in the forest. He is in the forest, and how would be the forest look like? The forest look like very greenery, isn't it? Much trees were there, lush green, and many flowers were dahlia flowers, and the forest is look like very beautiful, but the way to the river is some difficult. Then soon the boy was in the valley, and the path straightened out and rose. He met a girl who was coming from the opposite direction. So the young boy is walking through the way. That time he met a girl in between the way, and she is coming opposite to the young boy. She held a long curved knife with which she had been cutting grass. The girl had a knife in her, and while she was cutting the grass, and there were rings in her nose and ears. There are rings were nose in and ears. She had weared rings in her nose and ears, and her arms were covered with heavy bangles. In her two hands it covered with heavy bangles. The bangles made music when she moved her hands. When she moving her hands, the bangles make some sound. How far is it to the river? Asked the boy. So when the young boy seen the girl, he asked the girl, how far is the river? The girl had obviously never been to the river, or she may have been thinking of another one, because she said 20 miles without any hesitation. So here the girl never seen the river. She never went to the river, and she didn't know the actual distance from there. But she didn't show any hesitation, and she said 20 miles. She said the young boy, there is 20 miles to go to the river. Then the boy laughed and ran down the path. A parrot suddenly screeched, flew low over his head, a flash of red and green. The boy had a laugh. Then he ran down the path. He began to run to the way. A parrot suddenly screeched, flew low over his head, a flash of red and green. When he is running, a parrot flied just near to his head, and he has only seen a green color and a red color, green color of the parrot and the red color of the beak. So the parrot is very speedily high over his head. It took the course of the path, and the boy followed its dipping feathers. So the parrot is flying in front of him. He is following the parrot now, running until the path rose and the bird disappeared amongst the trees. So he ran after the parrot until the parrot moves away from the path. Then a trickle of water came from the hillside, and the boy stopped to drink. So on the way he has seen some water is spilling from the mountain, and he drinks some water. The water was cold and sharp, but very refreshing. The water was very cold, and he became very refreshed after drinking some water. However, it seemed to have the effect of making him thirstier. After drinking the water, the boy became thirstier enough. Then the sun was striking his side of the hill, and the dusty path became hotter. The stones scorching the boy's feet, he was sure he had gone halfway. He had walked for over an hour. So, After drinking the water, the young boy again started to walk, and the stones scorching the boy's feet. The boy is bare feet, isn't it? So his feet become scratched with the stones, and the boy was sure that he had walked a halfway because he started to walk for an hour. The boy sure that he walked the halfway, and he sure that he had walked over an hour. Then moving on to the session 3, let us check how the boy will visit the river. Session 3. Presently, he saw another boy ahead of him driving a few sheep down the path. So, when moving forward, the young boy saw another boy. That boy is coming with some sheep. How far is the river? He asked. The young boy asked the sheep boy, how far is the river? The village boy smiled in a friendly way and said, oh, not far, just round the next hill and straight down. That boy said, not far, just round the hill and straight down, there is the river. The boy, feeling hungry, unwrapped his loaf of bread and broke it in half, offering one portion to the village boy. So, the young boy become hungry. He feels hungry. So what he do? He had a loaf of bread in the paper, isn't it? So he unwrapped the paper and take the loaf of bread and break it into two, and one piece he gave to the boy. One piece he gave to that boy. They sat on the hillside and ate in silence. They sat on the hillside and ate the loaf of bread. Then, when they had finished, they walked on together and began talking. So, for some distance, the boys were going together and they talked. But then the boy did not notice the smarting of his feet and the heat of the sun and the distance he had covered and the distance he had yet to cover. So, when the young boy is walking with that boy, they are together walking, they are talking, and the young boy had a company. The young boy had a company. It's because of that the young boy never noticed of his tiredness, never noticed of the heat of the sun, or never noticed of the distance he covered or he wants to cover. It's never bothered. These all things never bothered him. And what happened? Because what? Because the young boy had a company of that boy and they walked by talking together. But after some time, his companion had to diverge along another path and the boy was once more on his own. So, after some time, that boy with the sheep want to go another way and he diverged and go with the way. So, again our young boy become alone to walk. He missed the village boy. He looked up and down the mountain path but could see one. So, after the boy went, the young boy become alone. So, he needs some company. The young boy longed to have a company but there was no one. His own home was hidden from view by the side of the mountain and the river was not in sight either. So, when the young boy looked around, what happened? The young boy can't see the home, can't see his home then and can't see the river. So, in between the river and the home, the boy stood. Then, he began to feel discouraged. So, the boy felt some discouragement. Then, if someone had been with him, he would not have flattered. Then, but alone, he was tired and lonely. So, when the company has left, when the boy left, the young boy needs some company. He missed that boy. He was sorry he had finished the bread, he might want it later. So, the loaf of bread already finished, the young boy felt hungry. Yet he had come more than halfway and he couldn't turn back. The boy thought that he already covered more distance, so he didn't want to go back to the home before seeing the river. He had to see the river. The young boy wanted to see the river. If he failed, he would always be ashamed of the experience. So, if the boy drove back from there, what happened? He would be ashamed of that he couldn't see the river after walked a long distance. So, he walked on. The boy started to walk on. Then, along the hot, dusty, stony path past mud huts and terraced fields until there were no more fields or hut, only forest and sun and loneliness. The young boy walked through the hot sun, the lush green, the forest and the muddy road, the stony road, all by alone. Now there was no man and no sign of man's influence, only trees and rocks and bramble and flowers, only silence. So, moving after some distance, what happened? There is no symptom or if there is any human being. So, there is no sign for if there any human being. All could he can see is only the big forest. Then, the silence was impressive and a little frightening. So, forest, there is a silence, there is no sound of vehicles and all. Only the silence that is impressive, but the little boy felt some afraid. Then, it was different from the silence of a room or street. It was the silence of space of the unknown. So, the silence in the forest is different from the silence in the room because in between him there is a lush green, the lush forest, the thick forest, the silence is different. Then there wasn't any movement either. There is no movement either except for the bending of grass beneath the boy's feet or the circling of a hawk high above the pine trees. So there is only there is no movement at all. There is only the movement of the grass under his feet or the movement of the pine trees. So all there, the young boy is alone there. Then as the boy rounded a sharp bend, the silence broke into sound. So when the boy had a sharp turn, there became a big sound. That was the only sound there happened. A sudden roaring sound, the sound of the river. The boy turned around sharply because he had listened as some roar sound. The young boy can listen some roar sound. What is that sound? The sound of the river. So at last the young boy could listen the river. And now the boy didn't see the river, but now he can at least listen the sound of the river. Then far down in the valley, the river tumbled over rocks fast and front side. The boy gasped and began to run. So far down the valley, now the young boy can see the river. So the first time after a long walk of distance, the boy find out where is the river, where is the river, the villagers said. Then he was ankle deep in the painfully cold mountain water, and the water was blue and white and wonderful. So the boy ran into the river and he deeply into the feet into the river and he experienced the river and he became very happy because he walked a long walk to the river. So that's the lesson. How far is the river? It's a story of the young boy who walked to see the river. So at first what we have seen all about the story, the summary of the story about a young boy, he decided to watch the river, to visit the river. So that day his parents were not there, so he all set up and take one loaf of bread and ready to go to see the river. So in between the way, at first the boy has seen a woodcutter. What the woodcutter said, the river is far away from here, 3 hours to walk. When he get back to the home, it become darker. So the young boy didn't listen that, he walked on. Then next to whom he seen, next he has seen a girl who is cutting the grass. And what the girl said, there is 20 miles to the river. And after that the boy has seen a boy who is with the sheep, and all the way he is walking with the sheep, that boy. And after that what happened, that boy diverged to another way, and after that this young boy want to walk alone. Then at last, after walking a long distance through the forest all by alone, and finally our young boy had found out the river. The young boy find out the river. So that's the story. How far is the river? It's a story of an young boy who visited the river by walking a long distance all by alone. Okay, I thought you understand the story. All of you go through the lesson. Thank you.